Generally, people had never even assumed that I was disabled, and it's all very, oh my god, you're an amputee, you'd never have known. And that used to be a compliment in my eyes as like a 9-10-year-old, and I'd always say, oh thanks, but now I actually realise it's not a compliment. It's just kind of, it's something that people say because they think it's a compliment, they don't know what else to say, but really it is just sort of like a congratulations, like, oh my god, you don't look like you're disabled. And to me, disability isn't a negative. So I think, well, actually, I want to look like an amputee. I want to have an obviously brightly coloured prosthetic leg because I am different, and that's what makes me who I am.
For blind cricket, we use two types of balls. We use the big ball, we use in development cricket. So it's a size 3 football. It has ball bearings in, so obviously you can hear it rather than see it because it's blind cricket. That is basically played like normal cricket. So you bowl over arm, you hit with a normal bat, and obviously the stumps are a bit bigger. And the second ball we use is international ball, which is the same size as a normal cricket ball, normal red cricket ball, and again has ball bearings in it. But that is played like tenpin bowling, so when it's bowled underarm, and the shots are normally played on the ground, so kind of like hockey, where you slap the ball around because it doesn't actually bounce.
When I was first selected as part of the long squad for GB, that doesn't mean you're in the team. There's like a squad of 18 players, and then 12 of us get selected for there to go to tournaments. And there was a lot of natural talent within our squad, players that were faster, more agile than me. And I knew that I never had the natural talent to compete with those. So I used to study them hard, what they could do better than me, and that's what I used to practice. I used to focus on beating my teammates first to be able to get into the squad to be selected. So I would do things like nutrition, I would eat right, hydration, all these little things would give me that extra 5%, making sure my chair was in top condition, well oiled, all the wheels pumped up. And I would go on like visual awareness courses, all off my own back, just to try and get that edge on my teammates so that I could get in the squad in the first place. I started beating one player at a time, and then I'd get better than another one and another one. And I don't know how long it was, but it was just through hard work that I became the best player in the squad, and then I was awarded the captaincy, and that sort of built my ego up to know that I could do it. And I'm a bit of a confidence player, so when I'm playing well, I would just get better and better. And I was at the top of my game then for quite a few years.
Well, I used to be playing wheelchair basket. I stopped that then because it was an hour there, an hour back, an hour there, an hour back, an hour there, an hour back. My bottom hurt in the car. I had to swap the tennis. And I like tennis as well, helps my arms.
I get to train with the England men with the international ball, which is a smaller ball, and that is it's very difficult as a woman because obviously you're playing against fully grown men and they throw in the ball full pelt at you, and when they're bowling as well, they're bowling very fast, so you're talking about 60-70 miles an hour, which would be alright if you could see, but not being able to see is quite scary. So it's challenging, but it's good fun. I still think there needs a bit of work for the woman to get to that standard as well with coaching and all that sort of stuff, but I'm sure we'll get there.
I went to a mainstream state school, so they basically hadn't really encountered amputee before, so they didn't really know what to do with me, which, you know, so sport wasn't great. I don't know, they didn't adapt anything for my kind of needs or anything. I was just sort of chucked in goal and pretty much stayed still the entire lesson. So it was a pretty negative experience PE wise. so I'd always sort of try and get out of it because I just found it so tediously boring. And one day a teacher suggested that I go to a Playground to Podium day, which is a day run at Bath University for disabled students at schools, mainstream schools. And so I went along to that, and I think without that I wouldn't have got into the Paralympics.
I've been in the GB squad. I was in it for 18 years, and though I never got selected for every tournament, I won basically everything. I won the European Championships, World Championships. I won Best Player at tournaments, Most Valuable Player. I won it all, apart from the 2 Paralympics I've been. I've never won the Paralympic medal, and that's the one everyone seems to ask about, especially the kids. They're not worried about all the other stuff, but I feel I've had a good run and achieved everything that was possible apart from that Paralympic medal.
Wheelchair tennis, and I'm the only one there. And no one else who comes with us. So I'm the only one there. I do forehand and backhand and other stuff like that. You get to do loads of things, like practice your skills.
In the winter, my stomach gets really cold because I have really, really bad blood circulation in it. So it's kind of the most sort of uncomfortable scenario of like, it'll be sort of sweating because there's, no air gets to it. And then the sweat will obviously do its job and cool right down, and I'll just have this freezing cold stomach for the rest of the day. So that is why I take my leg off a lot in winter. I don't really care about people noticing that. And then I think in the summer it's pretty horrible as well because, like I said, the sweat, and then it's just boiling, and then sometimes it'll go freezing as well, so I can't really win when it comes to temperature of leg.
The best bit for me playing cricket is you have a lot of freedom on the field, so you can literally run around and you're not worried about running into anything, any poles or lampposts or anything like that. And for a lot of people it's a big thing because you can't do that anywhere else on the streets and stuff. And the other part of it as well is that you get to meet other blind people and you can sit down and talk to them about the problems you have. So it's a massive social thing, and have a couple of drinks after a game, and just get to know other people and get out and about.
All throughout my playing career, I'd done a lot of development work. I had a lot of interest in getting new players into the sport, and in particular newly injured patients. Because I lived near the sparring unit, I was able to meet a lot of newly disabled people and try and entice them into my sport. And I think I'm really good at the basics of getting people to a certain level, sort of up to an elite standard, but I don't think I'll ever make an elite coach. I don't think I'm hard enough, and I find making those real tough decisions on whether someone can attend a world championship or not, and it's a whole change in lifestyle for them. I find that very difficult to actually do, to be able to cut someone from a squad. But for getting someone into a sport and just seeing the improvements they make in their social life and their rehabilitation, and some of them going on to being in the Paralympic team is a big thing for me, for them to be able to do. I mean, if they can have just a taste of what I've done over the years, they'd have had a good time.